I would like to read to you what Anthony Bourdain had to say about Mexicans. And if I don't read fast enough, feel free to hit that 2x button. Americans love Mexican food. We consume tacos, nachos, burritos, tortas, enchiladas, tamales, and anything resembling Mexican in enormous quantities. We love Mexican beverages, happily knocking back huge amounts of tequila, mezcal, and Mexican beer every year. We love Mexican people. We sure employ a lot of them. Despite our ridiculously hypocritical attitudes towards immigration, we demand that Mexicans cook a large percentage of the food we eat, grow the ingredients we need to make that food, clean our houses, mow our lawns, wash our dishes, and look after our children. As any chef will tell you, our entire service economy, the restaurant business as we know it in most American cities, would collapse overnight without Mexican workers. Some, of course, like to claim that Mexicans are, quote, stealing American jobs. But in 2 decades as a chef and employer, I never had one American kid walk in my door and apply for a dishwashing job, a porter's position, or even a job as a prep cook. Mexicans do much of the work in this country that Americans probably simply won't do. We love Mexican drugs. Maybe not you personally, but we as a nation certainly consume titanic amounts of them and go to extraordinary lengths and expense to acquire them. Love Mexican music, Mexican beaches, Mexican architecture, interior design, Mexican films. So why don't we love Mexico? We throw up our hands and shrug at what happens and what is happening just across the border. Maybe we are embarrassed. After all, Mexico has always been there for us to service our darkest needs and desires. Whether it's dress up like fools and get passed out drunk and sunburned on spring break in Cancun, throw pesos at strippers in Tijuana, or get toasted on Mexican drugs, we are seldom on our best behavior in Mexico. They have seen many of us at our worst. They know our darkest desires. Mexico, our brother from another mother, a country with whom, like it or not, we are inexorably, deeply involved in a close but often uncomfortable embrace. Look at it. It's beautiful. It has some of the most ravishingly beautiful beaches on earth. Mountains, desert, jungle, beautiful colonial architecture, a tragic, elegant, violent, ludicrous, heroic, lamentable, heartbreaking history. Mexican wine country rivals Tuscany for gorgeousness. Its archaeological sites, the remnants of great empires, unrivaled anywhere. As much as we think we know and love it, we have barely scratched the surface of what Mexican food really is. It is not melted cheese over tortilla chips. It is not simple or easy. It is not simply bro food at halftime. It is, in fact, old, older even than the great cuisines of Europe, and often deeply complex, refined, subtle, and sophisticated. It's a country I feel particularly attached to and grateful for. Nearly 30 years of cooking professionally, just about every time I walked into a new kitchen, it was a Mexican guy who looked after me, had my back, showed me what was what, and was there and on the case when the cooks like me, with backgrounds like mine, ran away to go skiing or surfing or simply flaked. I have been fortunate to track where some of these cooks come from, to go back home with them, to small towns populated mostly by women, where in the evening families gather at the town's phone kiosk, waiting for calls from their husbands, sons, and brothers who have left to work in our kitchens in the cities of the North. I have been fortunate enough to see where that affinity for cooking comes from, to experience moms and grandmothers preparing many delicious things with pride and real love, passing that food made by hand from their hands to mine. In years of making television in Mexico, it's one of the places we, as a crew, are happiest when the day's work is over. We'll gather around a street stall and order soft tacos with fresh, bright, delicious salsas, drink cold Mexican beer, sip smoky mezcals, and listen with moist eyes to sentimental songs from street musicians. We will look around and remark for the 100th time what an extraordinary place this is.